Alright everybody, welcome back. Second game of Game Boy Block today. First of all, I gotta issue a quick holler and shout out to Crazy 8 Boy, the world record holder in this game. He was originally pegged to run this game in this marathon, but unfortunately an emergency came up, so he was not going to be able to run it for you all, which is unfortunately a real shame because he's incredible at this game. He would probably finish in, I'd wager, about 4 minutes faster than I'm going to because I use a lot of safe strats, but that being said, I have been playing a lot of this game lately and I really enjoy it, so I'm going to do my best for you guys here today. So this is TMNT 3 Radical Rescue. This is not only, to me, the best TMNT game available on the Game Boy, it might be my favorite TMNT game, period. This game offers a surprising amount of depth and challenge for the simple premise that it provides. It's also kind of goofy in that, you know, you have the turtles like going underground, which isn't very common, especially if they're trying to chase Shredder. Because there's no Technodrome, it's just a bunch of like labs with lasers and stuff. But I'll try not to spoil too much more. We're going to go ahead and get started. Get our timer going at 3, 2, 1, go. So there's two categories for this game. There's any percent and then there's 100%. 100% is the category that I run because it essentially showcases the game in full. It's also the much easier and safer run. Any percent involves having to go through a really hard boss gauntlet without full upgrades. I mean, of course it's rad. It says so right in the title. So for those who haven't seen it before, this is essentially a TMNT Metroid, for lack of a better way of putting it. We're going to be doing a lot of backtracking, a lot of upgrading. Pizzas are a full health item which we can store, which is actually a really cool mechanic for this game, I think. Story is this. We start with Michelangelo, who's the only turtle and turtle quote-unquote family member that hasn't been kidnapped. The other three turtles, along with Splinter and April, are all being held hostage by Shredder. It's up to Mike to go rescue them. Characters actually have some pretty radical, pun intended, differences in this game. Michelangelo, from what you have seen, can do this little hover move that provides him a pretty good amount of jump control. We're going to be using that a lot. He's the character you're going to be seeing the most of in this game because when you're moving around this game just in the neutral and not having to do anything specific, like obtain an item, he's by far the most useful character for just standard maneuverability. Cool, actually got around that. Could have moved past that, but I wanted to play it safe. Oh, that's not good. Okay, bad fall there. Wanted to go into this fight with full health. One quick thing about this game, every 6-foot soldiers you kill gives you a health fill-up for 3 HP. So for our first boss here we have Scratch, who I don't think has ever been featured outside of this game. He has a few attacks that are pretty degenerate. The thing to note about all bosses in this game, though, is how many iframes they have. When you touch them, they have something like 3 full seconds of iframes. It's really dumb. Being very aggressive, too, and I don't appreciate that. I'm going to do my best to just stay away from him. Okay, good pattern, finally. So I'm hoping to do this without losing a life. The pizza will protect me if it needs to, but didn't need to there. Whoop, quick color change. Grab my controller, press the X button. Gonna move on out. Okay, so now we have a key. Can actually just get hit by that laser. For speed. Just the ladder cling. That ladder cling is actually kind of tough. You don't want to grab the very, very top of it. What you want to do is grab just below the top portion and then move your way up. Because if you try to grab the top portion, it just ignores you. Like, you can't grab the very top of the ladder where it will segment off to the next floor. It's really weird. Gonna have some enemies here, gonna cause a bit of lag. Take those guys out just so they don't bother me. Since I had iframes there, I didn't mind doing that because now it won't lag the screen. Alright, so for the first upgrade we have, or the first new ability I should say, gonna unlock our first door. Here we have Leo, hitting the X button. Get a quick bit of dialogue. Weird trivial fact, there's more dialogue in the Japanese version than there is in this version. So, not recommended to play that. Gonna switch to Leo. Here's his special ability. We actually get to use him to drill through specifically designed boxes be able to make our way down, and that'll get us our first health upgrade. There's a total of 4 health upgrades in this game. That'll increase our max health from 6 to 8 for our first key item. Work our way down there, get our pizza back. Pretty much only using Leo through here until I have to switch to Mike, because there's no reason to utilize the time. Ah, I didn't want to get hit there. That was Bruce. Need Leo here as well. We're going to work our way down and get this key card. Key cards are pretty much only used for opening doors. Of course, they can be. The cool thing is, any given key card can be used on any given door. So, like, any door that's locked, I can use a key card there. But to segment the game properly, you want to make sure you're using them on specific doors. Yeah. Taking a lot of damage here that I really don't want to. I think I can make it to the next pizza without too much trouble, though. There's one not too far from now. I could have gone back to get one back in that room, but I think I'm just going to hold off on that for a moment. Move down this way. One we're going to make our way right over to the right for. Won't cost us too much time. There we go. Onto our keycard room. Good fall there. Ladder, Leo, please. Why did you have to cost me health? The first time you see the notification is also the only time you're going to see it. So, like, to open a door with a key, we're never going to see a notification for that again. Same with using a key card to open any doors there. Only 1 damage there is pretty good. Got my health back immediately to lose it. Gotta love that. Alright, here's where we're going to switch back to Mike, because Mike's the only character that can make this jump. Without taking damage, that is. Ah, that was filthy. I forgot about that bat being there. Kill this one, drop straight down, ride the ladder. If you time it right with the hover right off the ladder, you can make it down without too many problems, but didn't quite get the input timing there. It's kind of tough. Luckily, there's an emergency pizza right up here. Go snag that. Move on up. We'll see a bit more of those hoppers a bit later. Those guys are pretty obnoxious. They take, I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 hits. I'm pretty sure it's 3 hits to kill. But we'll work our way to our second boss. Easily the most random boss in the game. Every boss has RNG, but the other bosses can't completely despawn themselves from the screen. So Dirtbag's a bit mean. Anytime he does exactly what he's doing right now is when things get bad, because he can spawn essentially anywhere he wants. And the timing's all up to him. You can't really manipulate where he's going to go. I tend to move to the right so I can telegraph it a bit better. His other attacks are easily telegraphed. If he does a backwards hop, that means he's going to jump forward. Maybe try to pickaxe you on the way down. If he does 2 neutral jumps, that means he's going to do a dash upper, so you can jump that as well. He's doing a lot of screen despawns here. I don't really like this. Definitely not making it too difficult for us, but he is draining time, which is ugly. Let's snag our key. I think that's the first perfect dirtbag fight I've ever had, but I would have rather had a fast one. Not bad. Work our way down. I'm going to take a quick damage boost here through this guy. When we hit him, he causes knockback on him to where he will actually be out of our range, but then he'll just hit us again. So there's no reason to do it. That's not what I wanted. So this walker on our left we can completely ignore. Do want to kill that one on the right though. See if I can time this jump properly. This jump's pretty tough. Didn't get it. Probably a couple pixels off there. Don't really like taking that damage either. Second one's a little bit easier. Onto our first underground music room. Pretty gloomy song, really. Didn't really like falling there, but I didn't want to take the damage boost to that guy. So I took a little bit less damage at the bottom. So here's where we unlock Raph. Gives us another new ability that we'll be seeing in the next room. You can pretty much expect that for all of them. As soon as you unlock them, they immediately become useful right in the following room. I'm going to wait these out. I took too much damage there, so I'd rather avoid that if I can. Alright, down we go. Here's where Raph earns his stripes. Raph can essentially crawl inside his shell and wade his way underneath small gaps. This part's a bit sketch, won't lie. Cool execution trick with Raph. You can, oh, that would have been useful right before I spent that pizza. If you're on the ground, you have to press down and jump to do the shell trick. But if you're in the air, you can just press the jump button. So you get a free shortcut. Pretty cool. Work our way up here. Yeah, did not like that. Okay, this is starting to get annoying. Mountain trick worked against me. I didn't want to press jump while I was airborne. Quick Yoku block segment here. This part's not particularly good if you can't do it correctly. Okay, there we go. Work our way up for a health upgrade. Here we have a bigger breed of some foot soldiers. Bit bulkier, they take 2 hits, and they're also really fast and aggressive when they charge you. But we got a health upgrade, so that'll help out a little bit. The raft segment. Nope. Didn't mean to quite go to Dawn yet. We don't have that option. Back underground. I'm actually just going to damage boost through all this. There's a pizza all the way on the left that I use for emergencies. I also see people talking about emergency pizza in our chat window, so definitely applies here. Work our way off this ladder. Go small. Work our way to our third boss. We'll switch right to Mike. I believe A-Boy actually sticks with Raph for this stage because it saves time, but Mike is definitely the safer choice. Here we have Triceraton, who can be a bully at times. He has some really easy to telegraph patterns, but one attack he does in particular is one we never want to see, and that's when he throws out a laser. The laser is not only incredibly damaging at 3 damage, but it also causes a massive amount of hit stun, as in so much hit stun that he gets a free combo off of it. Don't mind taking that hit there. I'll take some iframes. Yep, here comes the laser. We want to make sure it fixates on a certain point before we can play safely around it, but he actually gave us some great luck there, so I'll take that. On our way up. Get out of my way, please. Jump this guy. There might be a safer strat there where you take the damage, but I don't particularly want to. I was trying to hit him before he can collide with me. Bit tricky, it seems. I'm going to just try to avoid the pizza here. I think having only 1 hit on my record is perfectly fine. This segment's a bit sketch. We're going to do a big free fall. Probably take a hit or 2. 2 hits, yeah, that's about what I thought. I think I've only managed through that with 1 hit maybe twice ever. It's a challenge for sure. Continue to use Mike. Really good through here. Work way down here. We'll be seeing more of the jetpack soldiers later. They're pretty awful. Back to Raph. I'm going to wait this one out. I really don't want to take the damage. Oh, that missed the jump. Okay. I tend to want to avoid those bombs. They do 2 damage. I'd rather just avoid them at all costs if I can. Work our way to our last playable character. That was a good health pickup. Here we have Donatello. Quick trivial fact. In the any % run, which I'm not performing today, you don't even unlock Donatello. There's actually a way to advance through the game without using him. It was a trick that was discovered back in 2017. And while I don't remember if he's the person that discovered it or not, I know that the former record holder LRock617 was the first person that used it. It's called Dawn Skip, and I'll try to show that off a bit later. I can try to go for it twice, but I think I'm actually only going to do it once, because in this first segment we actually have Donatello going into this segment, so there's no reason to skip past it. I'm actually going to take a quick health boost here. Quick emergency pizza. Do have to switch to Dawn here, though. Dawn's ability is he can cling the walls, which basically makes him Grant from Castlevania 3. Dawn is also unique in this game in that in combat, his melee attack has a much lower hitbox than the other 3 turtles, which gives him a much better fight against low to ground enemies. For example, the robot walkers, he's the best character in the game against them. But unfortunately, it doesn't help him against bosses, so we're going to be seeing a lot more Michelangelo. I'm actually just going to take these damage boosts here. This one I hope to avoid, though. Jumping those things properly is not simple. You have to wait for some pretty obnoxious visual cues. I did not want to miss that. She can't crawl through that. Okay, game. Whatever you say. Did not know. I'm just going to take some damage here. I only have to take 2 damage to make my way to the bottom as fast as possible. And I'm not really worried about the health at this point. Work our way through this. I'll be back for that pizza shortly. We're actually backtracking to this room twice. Actually, I can just take that. Even better. Work our way up. So here's the room where it would happen. Just for everybody here, I'll go into templates called Dawn Skip one time. It's horrible. Let's see if I can get it. Didn't get it. Okay, so give it up there. That's the way the game wants you to take it. It wants you to just use Dawn to just scroll up the side of the stage like I just did. But I'll make some more serious attempts at Dawn Skip when I come back. We will be back in that room here shortly. Yes, Josie is exactly right. Lots of design elements of Soten are present in this game. It's really neat. A lot of the music composition too. Snag that key card. Nice jump. Another couple quick damage we're going to be taking here. Oh, I didn't want to take that hit. Killed that soldier so I can try and get some pizza. If I can get it before I reach that larger pizza up there, then I'll take it. Probably not going to, though. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and get it. Forget it. Too many bad things happened. Gotta pay for the consequences there. Alright, now that I'm gonna have Leo in this particular room, we'll make some more serious attempts at Dawn Skip, because it's really cool when it actually happens. There's a really cool visual cut to it, so to speak. No pun intended on Leo. So I'm gonna do... It's kinda hard. You gotta be like right on the edge of the platform. The game is besting me. There we go. Certainly not first try, but we'll call it first try. So essentially what happens is the turtle, it's a 2-pixel window where you can juke right then left while airborne to allow yourself to land on the platform and allow you to skip the mandation that Donatello be the character that you use there to be able to skip up, which is why it's called Dawn Skip, because when you use it, you don't actually have to use Dawn. On to our 3rd health upgrade. I'm pretty sure all the health upgrades in this game are only obtainable with Leo, so he's basically our medic for the most part. And take some damage here. Take some damage from the flames and the spikes. Flames do 1 damage, spikes do 2. Kill that guy. Back outside, which we won't be seeing too much of. Just working our way up. That's not what I wanted. Switch to Raph. We're going to need him here shortly. I'm actually going to work my way in through here. Take this pizza. Pure safety pizza. In this room and any room that contains them, do not step on landmines. They do 4 damage. Real bad to get hit by those. Work our way up. Key card through that. Another quick segment outside. Generally intend to miss that guy. Didn't that time, though. That was weird. Jetpack Ninja. Didn't want that. Press jump while I was still airborne, I guess. Skip all of that. I've actually never done that section damageless before, so that was interesting. Raph, we're just going to commit to the left. Switch to Leo. Need him to be able to get through this. While Leo is in spinning animation, if he's drilling through a block that he's allowed to drill through, he has invincibility. Like, he can't be hit out of it. But he can't just... I couldn't just do it where I'm standing right now and have it happen. I have tested it. It doesn't work. If he could do that, he would be the most broken character in the game. Take that out. Go into our last health upgrade. And there we have it. Now we have full health. We're now at 14. Which is also the max health of any of the bosses in this game. Work our way through here and down this ladder. Essentially from here, all we're doing is working our way to our last boss before the end game. Did not want to get hit by that bubble. That did 2 damage. And it caused me to get hit by the spike. These will let us iframe through the walker, I guess. Okay, work our way down past these bubbles. Bubbles are fairly annoying. We'll see a bit more of those later, but I tend to want to avoid them if I can. Yo, I never actually dodged that guy before. That was pretty cool. Quick underground segment. Debating if I want to take the emergency pizza here. Nope, you don't get to touch me. Kill that guy, kill that guy. I guess I don't need it now. In this segment, if you just need a pizza for emergency reasons, you can use Dawn to cling to that wall and catch it all the way in the corner. But I've got really good health, so I'm just going to skip it. Move right on to our final single boss. Another character that I'm pretty sure has only been utilized in this game and in toys and not elsewhere. I don't even remember ever seeing him on the TV series. Here we have Scaletail, also known as Snick. Scaletail is very easy to manipulate, so that makes the boss fight not the hardest in the game when you can, actually make him do what you want him to do. The downside of it, though, everything he does insane damage. Like, that flame pillar did 4 to me. I did not want to take that hit at all. And the tail does 3, so we want to avoid that, too, if we can. I'm actually amazed that didn't touch me. Ah, it landed too early. I thought I was going to try to go for a jump. We'll be able to get the emergency pizza on the way out, though, the one I skipped before. So I'm just going to tank through here. Their second health bar back, I was able to just finish him off. Certainly not my best fight, and I hope the next one against him goes better. Take out this bubble because I don't want it to bother me. Work our way back through here. I also believe I've tested it to see if Michelangelo can reach that, and he can. It's specifically in the corner for only Dawn to be able to get. Work our way down. Oh yeah, you can't drop through. I keep thinking about dropping through platforms here because that's what you're allowed to do in TMNT 2. Whoops. Took a little bit more damage there than I would have liked. Shouldn't be too huge of a hassle. We have so many foot soldiers to fight through here that we're bound to get a health upgrade. Might even have to try to force one. Have a fairly difficult jump here. Try not to hit the spikes. Glide over. Okay, cool. First try. Up. Don't quite know how you're supposed to have tiny ladders like this in a stage. Oh yeah, if you're in jump kick animation, you can't grab ladders, so I guess I just despawned that guy, so that's interesting. Favorite visual in the game. We rescued Splinter. And per the last screen, he's going to go ahead and make sure that we prepare for Buttle. By far my favorite thing in this otherwise amazing game. Are we out of this hole? Gonna keep Dawn for the moment. As I mentioned before, he's allowed to hit those guys standing, whereas the others all have to crouch. So that's pretty cool. Which way on to Michelangelo? What's up, bro? What's up, Nest Master? Wait through this. Grab what I think is our last key card. I didn't want to take that hit. I just goofed. Probably slightly faster, but I would rather have the health. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Might have to farm foot soldiers here for a little bit. Weird thing with those foot soldiers, if they jump off screen and that despawns them, they will respawn when you come back on screen. Did not want to take that hit. Kind of got gypped there. Snag that. This upcoming segment's a bit dangerous. We don't see a big pizza for a while. Have to switch back to Dawn here. I also love how you just go in this room to do nothing. But, I didn't want to go. It pressed up again. I guess we'll see it 3 times. Neat. Alright, let's jump. Back on our way out. And just do a complete free fall here. There we go. Make it back across with any character here. I think Mike is the only one that can reach the far platform. But it's not unbeneficial to just drop down and go forward instead, because the hover's really slow. They got this guy. Working our way back to the chamber we were just in before we fought Snake, but let's go ahead and work our way left. Go to the lab segment. Switch back to Mike. Wait for this flame to despawn. Should be able to miss us. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Heading out. Yes, we fought Dirtbag, but we'll be seeing him again. Way up here. I'm actually gonna kill this thing. I didn't anticipate it spawning that quickly. This one should be a bit easier. A quick swath of enemies. Here we have these rocket launcher soldiers who I'm not particularly thrilled about facing, because they do impede our progress. Anything that touches wood does at least 2 damage, so I'd rather just be out of my way. Avoid this guy like the plague. Key card through that. This segment's a bit tough. It's one of those segments that is really beneficial if you know how to go fast through it, but even though I do, I still mess it up from time to time. Or I just get slow climb and stuff. Did not want to take that hit. I was way too anxious there. Unfortunate. Alright, back outside. Gonna try to farm for a little bit of pizza. I'm not gonna go too crazy about it. Getting that one there was pretty good. Shouldn't have stopped to hit that guy. I always forget about those bombs being a trap. They got this nerd. They got this nerd. On our way to our final segment. More jetpack ninjas are going to make life difficult for us. Nice. I just don't want those guys getting in my way. I'll cost myself time for that for sure. Work our way down. This is probably the most frustrating room in the game. Because one, you have jetpack ninjas everywhere. So that's already a bad. Take out this guy. Didn't want to miss that, so I have to snag this to be somewhat safe. That's a really, really bad Yoku block to miss, and it's the reason why this room sucks so badly. Aside from the jetpack ninjas, of course, so we're going to have to attempt that again. Kill these guys both with one kick there. I'll ignore that pizza. I really want it, but I'd rather make this jump. This is why this is hard. That jump from that Yoku block directly to the end is not easy to be able to touch. Like, it's not the tightest window, but it's not very big either. Yeah, I figured I was taking a hit there. Yeah, this is really bad. I'm gonna be quieter in this. Fine. That was rude. That was extra rude. To be honest, I don't really know what's gonna happen here. That was clutch. Okay, that's cool. That's on me. Can't do this section with nerves, sorry. Bear with me. Okay. Alright, finally. So I'm actually going to pizza farm here a little bit. There's a full pizza you get here as a reward for putting up with all that. Just going to go out and come back in. Alright, sorry about that being so amateur looking, but I wasn't quite ready for some of the stuff that was going on there. Alright. Now for the real reason this game gets the reputation it does, which admittedly this is a very hard game anyway. But for our big finale, we have a boss rush. We'll be fighting 5 bosses in a row, 4 of whom are the 4 we've already fought. Oh, he's going aggro with the claw. In Scratch's case, I don't think I mentioned this before, but as long as he's not doing the claw, I really don't care what he does, but the claw is horrible. It does 2 damage, and it's like, just, it out-prioritizes anything you can hit him with, and the range on it is insane. Don't really care about the Wrecking Ball, I can just duck that. Now I'll just tank until I finish him. Alright, cool. You get a full health refill after every fight. So as long as you don't spend the pizza, you should be fine. On the dirtbag, same as before. Just hoping he doesn't. Oh, quick thing to note about the bosses here. While the fights are essentially the same, they all have increased health. They all have full max health to match your max health. Now, if you're doing the any percent run, they have max health regardless of whether or not you do. And the any percent run for like world record pace times, you only get 1 health upgrade. So you're doing this whole thing with 8 health and 1 pizza, which is what makes it so difficult. Did not want that to happen. So the fights are essentially the same, but they all do take longer. I'm gonna go ahead and finish them off here. That was Dirtbag. The fight before him was against a character named Scratch. On to Triceraton, return. Of course he starts with a laser. Anytime he starts with a laser, the fight's gonna suck. There's so little you can do about it. The most degenerate thing he can do is use laser to force you into the corner, and then do a charge while you're in the corner, like this exactly. Like that nonsense is heinous. You have no room to do anything. In fact, how I was able to avoid all that is a miracle. That's not good. He is aggro as heck right now. Okay. I don't know how that jump kick missed, but okay. The jump. It shouldn't have hit me, but I guess it did. I definitely don't want to get hit by the laser. We get comboed that way. Just finish him off there. Pretty awful fight. He did a lot of corner traps, and those drain a lot of time. At this point, I'm just hoping to have not a repeat of the scale tail fight I had earlier, but I do have more health this time, so I guess that helps. Oh, I did not want that. See if I can manipulate him with the tail. There we go. Get him to jump over me. Whenever he jumps, as soon as he lands, he always tails. So that's your manipulation strat. Landed way too early there. I got nerves. Still do this, but I'm going to have to play a bit safer. Try to manipulate the tail. You can whiff punish the tail for free, basically. Okay. Finish it from here. Okay, cool. Took a couple hits I didn't want, but managed to finish it deathless, so that's good. Alright, on to our final fight. And this is the reason you want to make sure you have a pizza through here. Here we have the only Game Boy game where Shredder is the final boss, which is peculiar to me, but it's what it is. Shredder has a pretty good bevy of attacks that we have to worry about. This teleport to a dive kick is actually pretty easy to deal with. You just force him to the center of the screen. It's very easy to manipulate. The flame is a bit more awful. It does a pretty good amount of damage, and it's really bad if you're in the corner when he does it. He's doing a lot of teleports here. For RNG, this is actually really bad in terms of speed, but it's great for easy manipulation. When he does the crouch, that means he's going to do this leaping knee at you, which is also really easy to avoid. Do it again. 3 knees in a row all day. 4. What have I done to deserve this luck? 5? Oh my god, this is the best luck Shredder fight I've ever had. Amazing. He did like 6 knees in a row. What is this? Alright, so anyway, he finishes the first time and he goes into phase 2, where you actually get the Shredder arcade game theme, which is really tight. He gains a couple new attacks. This one here, where he does the short hop backwards, telegraphs a dive kick he does, and you can just walk right underneath him there. He also gains a new flame wave, which does 4 damage, so you want to avoid it at all costs. Managed to not avoid that one. He also follows it up with a dive kick every time. Jumped a little too early to get and got hit by that one, which I didn't care for. That guy. I was hoping to do that deathless, but that's cool. We're still on incredibly good pace given our health. Don't really want to get hit there, but that's okay. Oh, step kick does a lot of damage. Don't want to get hit too many more times. Okay, cool. Finished him off. Got our last key. On to our last room. And time's going to be coming up as soon as April finishes her dialogue. And that's going to be time. I also will apologize for how this ending credits scroll is going to look. On 30 FPS, it doesn't quite look right. If you're on 60 FPS, it flashes the turtles' portraits with all the credits. So, looks kind of silly on 30 FPS, but either way. That was Radical Rescue. Not my best boss rush ever. The Shredder fight went incredibly well for the first phase. Second phase was slightly less so, but we still finished it. Didn't have to continue, and I'm never unhappy about that. The segment before the boss rush could have gone a little bit better, but sometimes that segment is that segment. Anyway, thank you so much for the GGs, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed both those games. I know one I certainly have a lot of nostalgia for. The other one I think is just an incredibly good game. But that's going to do it for this Game Boy segment. I believe we've got Smelly McTroll on his way back now with Manhattan missions for DOS. So, hope you all stick around. We've got some more runs coming up for you, and I will be back with you all again soon. Thank you so much.